Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, my voice is a little sore, which means I'm not going to be streaming today, but I noticed that there is a new Forbidden and Limited list, as well as a skill balancing for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and I wanted to see what happens, see if they actually changed anything, if they unlimited anything, or what got hit, if they banned anything. Treacherous Trap Hole is always something that I will say deserves to be banned, until we actually have better boss monsters, at the very least, that can protect themselves. But all in all, let's just hop into this. I haven't seen this, so yeah, let's just quickly hop into it. Let's do the skill rebalancing first. Let's see. Rebalancing of skills. Memories of the Pharaoh, Obelisk the Tormentor, Summoning Crest, and Gimmick Puppet Replacement are getting buffed. Okay. So, I think that's it. Can be used on turn 3 or onward before your normal draw. The card you draw this turn will be Obelisk the Tormentor that lives in the memory of the Pharaoh. Okay, that's really weirdly worded. If you tribute summon Obelisk during this turn, you can use one monster whose original name includes Blue Eyes White Dragon as 3 tributes. In addition, if you tribute summon Obelisk the Tormentor using only one Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Obelisk the Tormentor you control will be sent to the graveyard at the end of the turn. You have to contain 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons to use this skill. Okay. That actually might be the skill to play with Blue Eyes now, instead of playing, what is it? Instead of playing Ultimate Dragons, I think is what it's called, because this can just allow you to OTK your opponent even more effectively. You just tribute summon out an Obelisk with 1 tribute, basically, and then attack in for probably lethal, and then just play like... No, because it does require you to... It's turn 3 or onward. Maybe not. I could see it as like a gimmicky deck, though. I might even try that out, because that does seem pretty funny. Alright, let's move on. Summoning Crest. Orgoth the Relentless. Okay, so this is going to be terrible. Roll the dice 3 times. If it's 11 or more, return a card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. If the number was 9 or lower, the level of Orgoth the Relentless in your hand becomes 4 until the end of this turn. If the total was 6 or lower, you can conduct 2 normal summons or sets this turn. Do you get... So if it's 6 or lower, do you get both the 9 and the 6? Because that'd be really good. That means you could get Orgoth and another level 4. Use Orgoth's effect. I believe it like pops a card or something. It like rolls dice to do something. I can't remember Orgoth's exact effect. That's not bad. You could potentially then go into a rank 4 as well after using the effect, which is nice. But you do have to roll 3 dice and get 6 or lower. Yeah, that seems very bad. I mean, it's okay. Oh, these are... Oh, no, it's saying, okay, this is what it was before, okay. Send up to 3 monsters whose combined level equals 8 from your hand to the graveyard. Then add a level 8 Gimmick Puppet Monster from your hand... Oh, up to 3. Oh, you can send up to 3. Oh, I thought that said specifically 3. Okay, so you could send 1 to just add 1. Okay, that's not bad. It's a send 1 to add 1. That's actually really good. That's a solid buff to Gimmick Puppets. Okay. Other than Dark Machine monsters, at least 1 monster and no monsters other than Dark Machine monsters. Okay. I mean, yeah, of course it's going to have to contain at least 1 monster. Because... Otherwise, what are you adding? What? Okay. Sorry, that just didn't make sense. Alright, just some buffs. This does not bode well for the actual ban list section. But, yeah, let's hop into this, shall we? Gandora is limited to 1. Yeah, that does make sense. Gandora was absolutely everywhere in the KC Cup. I've never actually played against this deck. I've never played the deck either. I have no idea what it does. But Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction, is limited. I believe there is a Gandora card that is currently banned in the TCG that is... that we just got in Duel Links. So I can understand them limiting a card like this. This seems like a pretty big hit to Gandora, though. So I don't know if that deck is going to even still be... yeah, it'll probably still be around. I think you can search it off of the skill. So having it at 1 is just less consistency. You probably... you might not play it with the gadget version of the deck because of this, maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. Again, I have no idea. But I know that this was everywhere. So that's cool. You can pay half of your life when you destroy as many cards on the field. If you do banish them. Okay, yeah. Can't be special. Cool. Alright. Hold the phone. What is happening? Sorry. Okay, let's talk about Ragged Gloves. This one makes a whole lot of sense. Phantom Knights are incredibly powerful. Probably the best deck of the format currently. I think in best of ones, specifically, I think Gandora's arguably just as good. But Phantom Knights are really good in best of threes, specifically. So this does make sense for a limitation. Limiting it to 2 takes away the power of other limit to 2 options. And then I guess what they're doing is improving the pacing of the duel. Okay. This is interesting. This feels... Phantom Knights didn't play these cards, did they? Maybe they did. I don't know. This seems really weird. Rainbow Life, Hallowed Life Barrier, Megaroid City... all being semi'd is... okay. That sucks if you're playing, something like... Blue Eyes never really played it. But, I definitely played Rainbow Life in my Infernity deck, so I'm kind of sad that that got hit. I didn't actually play it at 3, though, but that means I can't play any other limited to 2 cards and this card. But other than that, was this really a problem card? I didn't see it that much. Okay, sure. Interesting. Same with Hollowed Life Barrier. Both of these kind of like, they do the same thing, more or less, but they're not very good. Megaroid City, limiting it to 2 makes sense, because Kiteroid has been a problem for a really long time. But I think I saw a few decks running this in the top 100 of the KC Cup, so I could understand limiting it because of that, and just like stopping people from playing a whole bunch of Kiteroids and doing stuff with Kiteroid. So it makes sense. Am I happy about these limitations? Not really. It doesn't really change much. Yeah, this is, I think, the problem with the limited to 2 section, where you can only have 2 cards in the limited to 2 list in your deck. It prompts them to hit random cards and limit them to 2 because they're staples, instead of just like limiting them to 1 or something like that. That would actually more or less solve the issue. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. This is very fun. I love Nekroz. Nekroz is one of my favorite decks that I've played. So Valkyrius coming to 2 is very nice. It was currently limited to, or it was previously limited to 1. Oh, they put it on here because of Kiteroid. That is hilarious. That is very funny. This is actually a buff to Nekroz, while also being a nerf to stall decks. So, I actually like that. That's a very solid change. Also, Nekroz needs as much of a boost as they can get, seeing as how, even with the addition of the new cards, they still aren't really doing that well. But all in all, I'm excited to play some Nekroz. Moving on. Huh. Okay. This I'm actually happy about, because because of a few reasons. Okay, hold on. Spiritual Beast Winda will be limited to promote deck diversity, as Ritual Beast decks have been highly successful in the metagame for a long time. They didn't hit anything else. They just hit Winda. Okay. Interesting. Huh. This does nothing for the deck. Like, the deck doesn't play Cosmic Cyclone, normally. It doesn't play any of the limited to 3 cards. So, yeah, I'm not actually upset about this. This is actually very good. I am a Ritual Beast player, which is why I'm analyzing this so much. But, yeah, no, this is actually a really good change, because hopefully Konami puts more, like, staple cards. Like, I would have preferred Rainbow Life, Hallowed Life Barrier, Megaroid City, all of that stuff to be limited to 3 so that you can't play 3 copies of it. I guess this does technically hurt the more Floodgate Trap Hole variant of Ritual Beasts, which I never really played. I didn't really like Floodgate Trap Hole anyway, so I actually really like this. And then Phantom Knights of Silent Boots, again, hopefully they hit more cards on future lists, 2, 3, to kind of promote that deck diversity. But yeah, I actually do like the Winda hit. If they unlimit Elder. If they don't unlimit Elder, this doesn't make sense. But they won't, given the fact that they literally are like, hey, stop playing Ritual Beasts. It's been 2-3 years. Please stop playing it. But in all honesty, Ritual Beasts are just, they're good. They're consistent. They have a game plan that's hard to deal with for a lot of people and a lot of decks. So, yeah, they'd have to kill the deck, and why would you? It's not that strong. They just really don't like any decks from that era, so it makes sense. But yeah, Silent Boots makes sense. Moving on to no longer on the list, we have Shiranui Sun Saga. This seems interesting. I probably wouldn't have done this. This is more so the problematic card than something like Solitaire. But yeah, sure. I don't know. I think Shiranui will definitely be played a little bit more now, because now you can choose between Squire or Solitaire or Spirit Master. And you can have one of each of those, or you can choose between 2 of those, and then you can still play the Sun Saga, which is very nice. I think it'll be a boost to Shiranui, but I have a feeling nothing else is unlimited. Yeah, nothing else is unlimited. I feel this was I don't know, this was a weird list. I don't really think that it's bad necessarily, because they did hit Gandora, they did hit Phantom Knights, which were mostly the 2 problematic decks. They hit stall decks as well, with, you know, hitting a bunch of cards that are used in combination with Kiteroid, which I really do like, especially in best of ones on a ladder. These are some nice hits. Hitting Winda is, it's more so just to say, like, hey, stop playing Floodgate Trap Hole. We limited that card so that you wouldn't play it, and you're still playing it. Stop. But it does really incentivize people from not playing that card, so that they can play their staple cards. So I do like the limited to 3 list here. This is probably the biggest change in my mind, or the best change. Not the biggest, but the best change moving forward. So very much so like that. Not a fan of this. Other than that, all in all, skill rebalancing. A lot of people say Destiny Draw needs to be nerfed. I think the opposite. I don't think it should be buffed, but I think other skills should be buffed alongside. So seeing some skill buffs is very nice. I'd like to see more generic skill buffs. Skills like, not balance, but like my monster cards, things like the Tie That Binds, Beat Down, stuff like that. Just things that are more generic, that almost anyone can use. The Draw Senses. Although most of the draw senses don't need to really be changed. But yeah, I'd just like to see more buffs to some more generic skills that are more unique. Sealed Tombs is a great skill. I love Sealed Tombs. It was overpowered, but I think at this point we could probably get it back to the post-nerf, pre-nerf iteration, because it'd been nerfed several times. But all in all, I think the list was fine. Tell me down below in the comments if I got anything wrong and that this like totally screws up a deck or like kills something off or changes the meta entirely. I don't think it does, other than like killing stall decks or at least making them a lot less consistent and less likely to just sit there and stall you for 600 turns, which is nice, especially in a 20 card format where decking out is extremely easy. But yeah, all in all, I thought that it was fine. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. If you want to support me on Patreon, the link is down below. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. And just remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.